Cypress Medicine Hat, followed by Calgary Courage.
Mr. Speaker, we see time and time again how this government spends big bucks on commission studies and then tries to bury the results and obscure the findings. Residents of Cypress Medicine Hat have seen this again as this government denied the Medicine Hat News Freedom of Information request for documents related to the KPMG report on the Disaster Recovery Program. While the report was completed in 2012, the government sat on it for over a year. Mr. Speaker, what is this government hiding from taxpayers, flood victims in Cypress Medicine Hat, and the Medicine Hat News?
Mr. Speaker, the answer is very simple. The report was released and anybody could look at it. It's been for a while, so.
Only 10 of 42 things were answered in the FOIPP, Mr. Speaker. And given that even PC MLAs, like the member for Banff Cochrane, have expressed frustration at the delivery of the Disaster Recovery Program, and that slow response times, conflicting information, and delayed payments are causing undue stress and hardship. Does the minister understand why the DRP is such a failure and that hiding the report for over a year has made this much worse?
Mr. Speaker, we used that report to improve the program, and I have to say that 4,000 payments have gone out in the most recent disaster, totaling over almost $25 million. Out of the previous report, the 2010 disaster that we had in that member's constituency, Mr. Speaker, almost 2,800 people were helped, and there were only 5 outstanding claims, which we're still working to resolve, Mr. Speaker, in the interest of making sure that taxpayers are not paying more than they should. That's good work, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, many in Cypress Medicine Hat gave up because of the frustration, and given that implementation of the recommendations when it mattered in 2012 could have solved some of the needless upheaval and emotional stress Albertans have experienced. When will the ministers involved commit to full transparency instead of hiding the failures of this PC government?
Mr. Speaker, before that report was released, we made a lot of different changes to DRP to make sure it was more responsive, which again is why we have had over almost 4,000 checks go out, Mr. Speaker, in the last couple of months. That's a total of $25 million, Mr. Speaker. And I've talked to colleagues from across Canada and from across North America, Mr. Speaker, who say that their biggest concern is that they're going to have to match Alberta's speed and reaction to this flood, and they don't know if they can handle it, Mr. Speaker, because we did such an exceptional job and set the bar so high that we now have the gold standard in response to disaster.